Hello, 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 everybody. How's it going? It is Matt, and it is Fiendish Friday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, because life really is too short as is. That short. Anyways, like, share, and subscribe, and also check out the information in the description box. I give you your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a tidbit of trivia, a link for where you can see a trailer, a link for where you can watch it for free, a link for where you can purchase it, and if you decide, you can toss me a couple of bucks and buy me a cup of coffee and a donut or whatever it is. I give you a link for that as well. It helps support the channel. Either way, I am happy that each and every one of you are checking in for today. Today's movie is a splendid one indeed. It came out back in 2015. It is none other than the movie known as Reel, Reel. It is directed by slasher victim 666. He is a very interesting filmmaker. I'm not going to lie. Canadian. This movie runs at about an hour and I think it said 14 minutes. If from what my memory runs, it definitely keeps you interested and stuck with your eyes on the screen the entire time. There is never a dull moment in it. I feel like our main character, Todd, is a very interesting guy. The guy is extremely arrogant. Comes across as one of those that I think small doses of him goes a really long way. if you're picking up what I'm putting down there. So basically, the guy's kind of annoying in my opinion. But either way, he fits the bill perfectly to what the perfect star of Slasher Victim 666's film will be. Now, what exactly is this movie about? Well, the first act, it starts out with you're meeting our character, Todd. You're meeting our character, Slasher Victim 666, who you never see, and his voice is always distorted throughout the entire film. You find out that both of them come from the same town. They both are into a lot of the same things. Slasher Victim 666 is helping Todd fund his channel because Todd is a YouTuber. He talks about movies, he talks about life, he talks about his family, he talks about just everything in between. The guy talks about a lot of different things. He is what you would call kind of a vlogger type. Now, when you find out that you start finding out things about Todd, about how narcissistic he is and how much he loves himself and how he puts himself ahead of everybody else. He has a very dysfunctional family family dynamic going on. They do not talk or speak to each other. The only time that any dialogue is being done between Todd and his family is through a brother, and that's over a telephone call. And his brother is basically telling him to stop trashing the family via Facebook and all his videos that he's been making. Very interesting ordeal where you got going on with that family dynamic. He even goes to the point to saying that if he doesn't stop, he's going to chop his fucking head off, like one of those ordeals. This movie is very, very gnarly. It's very brutal. It has a very cool vibe going on. I'm usually not really big and huge into lost found footage films, but this one I really did like. It's the handheld shaky cam thing going, Cloverfield, Blair Witch-esque, but I like this better than Cloverfield. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really big into Cloverfield. I think that that trilogy is just kind of not for me. But that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about those. But where was I going? You find out all these different things about both families. Like I said, it's got kind of a Blair Witch vibe. It not in the witch factor, but in the whole found footage vibe. It's very, very Blair Witch. Somebody who said Blair Witch meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which yes and no. I would say sprinkle in a little bit of single white female in there, and you got a little bit of it just by the obsession and of a slasher victim has over Todd, because there is an obsession there. It's not one of those things that he really speaks of, but to stalk somebody to that degree and to make them that big of a star on that platform, it definitely shows the obsession that he had. It's very interesting. Middle act, you find out that Todd goes to his brother's house, sneaks in, and is trying to find evidence that Todd's brother's, his sister-in-law, essentially. His sister-in-law has been cheating on his brother, and that the child that they have together is not his brother's. It's kind of a messed up ordeal. He breaks into the house and he knows where there's a house key at, so he uses that to get in. At one point the sister-in-law and the niece come walking into the house, and he has to basically hide and sneak out and get out of the place before it's too late, before he gets caught. Narrow escape. It's a very, very interesting, intense scene. Being that there's no action going on. It's just that you're like on the edge of your seat, going, "Holy shit, Todd's gonna get himself caught." He's able to escape. He moves on with his life for some time, and then eventually decides he's going to make a film called Cannibal Kitchen. The Cannibal Kitchen film is very fun and neat. Neat idea. I thought it was very, very Josh Baskins-esque, because or Ben Gaudette, because he plays all the parts himself. It's very, very fun. I really enjoyed that part of it. I thought that was neat. And then you move on to the third act, and then the third act you find out what's going on with the sister-in-law. You find out Todd follows somebody, and you find out what his final act will be, essentially, because it's one of those you predict the ending. That's the one thing about this, is the ending is highly predictable, but it is good. It's a good predictable. It's not like you're going, oh gee, he's gonna turn around and see that there's somebody there. Oh gee, he's gonna get this and that happen. It's not one of those. It's like what's coming, but you don't know the degree of depravity that is coming, because the final act in this is just mwah. It is bravissimo. It is great gore. Lots of fun gore gags. I really enjoy slasher victims family. I think they are a very cool breed of characters. I think that they really bring an extra bit of pleasure to this film. I'm not gonna lie, I think it is very cool. Now, on to the three things that I like my films to meet. Audio. The audio is fine throughout the entire film. I never once was going, what is being said, mostly because a lot of it is Todd talking, and then you have the overlay of the dialogue of slasher victim 666, where he has the disembodied voice where he's very low, dark and deep, and sounding very satanic. Very, very scary kind of stuff, you know. It's cool though. So it gets an A on the dialogue. Or I mean A on the audio. Now the dialogue is where the real bread and butter is in this movie. I think it has great dialogue. I think that as obnoxious as the Todd character is, I think Michael, the man that played Todd, did a very, very, very good job playing that role. There's a reason why he's the star of the film, and he definitely does a great job with that. And so I really want to give him a clap and 2 thumbs up and a bow, you know, because he did convey his character very well, because he has some amazing dialogue going on in here. And you find out, you know, just all these magical little things about him through his dialogue, via his Facebook videos. All this is done practically through like a Facebook video style, almost. Not all of it. I would say about 80% of it is, and then the other 20% is done, or 70%. Let's say 70% of it is, and then the 30% is other footage that is being filmed either by Todd himself, or by our mastermind slasher victim 666. So it has that going on, and it is very, very cool. I will give it an A plus for as far as dialogue goes. I think it really deserves that. It really, really has everything that you need for a good film as far as dialogue wise goes. And now on to editing. The editing is crisp. There's no real bad spots in it. It really is seamless almost. It just feels very fluid. It works. And for this to be Slasher Victims 666 his first film, he did a very, very, very good job, and I applaud him as well. I think he is a very good director for what he did on this. Being that, you know, it is, you know, one of the most hated upon subgenres of horror. Found footage has a lot of hate on it. I don't hate them. They're just not my thing. I own probably 20 plus different found footage films, but they're all the good ones that everybody is always like, oh hey, get this, get that, get this, get that. You know, you got your Cannibal Holocaust, you got your hate crime. There's just so many of them that have that found footage aspect added on it, and nothing packs a punch quite like Cannibal Holocaust did, but. That one is another day, another dollar. But either way, this one gets an A on the editing. So it does a very good job. So an A, an A plus, and an A. So it gets a very good high score for me. I'm going to give it another 4 for the gore, 4 for 4 more. And I cannot wait to review Reel 2, which will be next month. I'm just looking here at my schedule. That'll be on October 4th for real too. So definitely, if you like this review or like this film, check out Reel number 2 on October 4th. By the way, today's movie is for free to watch on YouTube, but part 2 you gotta pay for. But there are DVDs of this one for sale. I am definitely going to be eventually adding a copy because I want that one up on the wall with the rest of the others. I think it has great rewatchability value. You can watch this one multiple times and catch new and different things every time, and that is very cool. And also a fun fact, if you do buy the DVD, it is a 2-disc DVD, and it has 10 Easter eggs total on them, 5 on each disc, which is really cool. I think that's a neat thing, and I really like that. I am all about the hidden Easter eggs on my DVDs and Blu-rays, so definitely he put a lot of effort and love in this project, and you can really tell, and I really appreciate that. And I just want to say one last thing. Slasher Victim 666, if you're looking for a newer victim, I know you're in Canada, but we can figure something out. All right, man. I hope y'all have a great, wonderful day, and as always, oh yeah, and by the way, I will not be here tomorrow or Sunday. I am taking a 2-day break, so you guys can not look at my ugly face or watch my old videos and watch my ugly face. But tune in next week. I will be having Monday. We'll be kicking off with Kelly Helen Thompson's film Violet's Prey. Then we'll be rolling over to Joe Sherlock's Odd Noggins. Then we will be doing Roadkill. Then Abject, Psychotic Breakdown on Friday from Todd Ernest Braley, which I am really excited to finally get to that one. And then The Taxidermist will round out the rest of the month. So then we'll start over again next month. And next month, just to let you know, I will be here all 31 days. I will not be taking a day off on next month just because I am completely solid booked. I am not accepting any more reviews for the month of October. But if you do want your film reviewed, do let me know. We'll set something up for November. As always, I love your faces, and peace.